हेलो फ्रेंड्स। आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस जो सीपीसीबी साइंटिस्ट बी पोस्ट के इन्वायरमेंटल साइंस के सिलेबस पे बेस्ड हैं। सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, हाउ इज द केमिकल ऑक्सीजन डिमांड कैलकुलेटेड? सो द सीओडी और केमिकल ऑक्सीजन डिमांड में इज कैलकुलेटेड बाय द यूजिंग द पोटेशियम डाइक्रोमेट, सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, ferrous ammonium sulfate, and ferroin as a indicator. So these four main chemicals are used for the determination of the chemical oxygen demand. So now we check one by one all the options. So the first option is the wastewater is oxidized using strontium in acid solution. Wrong, we are not using the strontium. The second option is the wastewater is oxidized chemically using the bromine in the acid solution. No, we are not using the bromine. Third one is the wastewater is oxidized chemically using dichromate in acid solution. So this is the right option. We are using the potassium dichromate in the sulfuric acid solution. And the next one is the wastewater is oxidized chemically using the sodium in acid solution. So this is again the wrong answer. We are not using the sodium in the acid solution. So right answer is the dichromate in the acid solution. Answer C. Option C is the right answer. Now the next question is, which of the following is called as wastewater from different sources like bathroom, kitchen and wash basin? So we check all the options one by one. First one is the discharge, second one is the sludge, third one is the garbage, and fourth one is the sewage. So we'll see the meaning of all the words. So discharge means outflow of wastewater from particular source. Okay. So this is not the right option. Second one, third one is the garbage. Garbage is waste that is generated from the household like paper, dry leaves and other waste. So this is again not the right answer, garbage. Then after sewage, it is the wastewater known as sewage. So again it is not right answer. Then after the sludge is the wastewater that is generated from the bathroom, kitchen and wash basins. So the sludge is the right answer. Okay. Now the next question. Which of the following is and are the advantages of the compressed natural gas over पेट्रोल एंड डीजल? सो सीएनजी के पेट्रोल और डीजल से क्या ज्यादा बेनिफिट है, ये क्वेश्चन है। सो हम ऑप्शन देखते हैं। फर्स्ट वन इज द कंप्रेस्ड नेचुरल गैस मींस सीएनजी बर्न्स मोर इफेक्ट एफिशिएंटली एंड वेरी लिटिल ऑफ इट लेफ्ट अनबर्न्ड। मींस है सीएनजी वो बहुत अच्छे से जलता है इंजन में और बहुत ही लेस अमाउंट में ये अनबर्न फॉर्म में रिलीज होता है as compared to the petrol and diesel. So this is the right answer. The next option is the CNG is the cheaper than the petrol or diesel. Again, this is the right answer. The price of CNG is cheaper as compared to the petrol and diesel. The third option is the CNG cannot be siphoned off by the thieves and adulterated like petrol and diesels. So CNG को चोरी करना और इसमें adulteration means मिलावट करना बहुत ही मुश्किल है, not possible. So again it is a right option. And the last one is the ease of laying down pipelines to deliver CNG through distribution points and pumps. But this is not advantage, this is a disadvantage. So we are going to cut this option. So the right answer is the 1, 2 and 3. Let us check the options. So the A is the right answer of 1 and 2 and 3. So friends, what is the composition of CNG? So in CNG, almost 96% is the methane and the remaining 4% are ethane, propane, butane, pentane, nitrogen and carbon dioxide. So the major component of CNG is the methane, and the remaining are the ethane, propane, butane, pentane, up to pentane, then after nitrogen and carbon dioxide. Now the next question. Arrange the following greenhouse gases in their relative contribution to the global warming. Okay, to the total global warming. Okay, so these are the four gases: the nitrogen dioxide, chlorofluorocarbon, methane, and carbon dioxide. So the maximum contribution of in the total global warming by the carbon dioxide. Here you can see the maximum contribution by carbon dioxide. So fourth one, followed by methane 20%, followed by chlorofluorocarbon 14%, and in the last 6% by the nitric oxide. So the right answer is the B. Okay, the maximum contributed by the carbon dioxide, followed by methane, followed by chlorofluorocarbon, and the least one by the nitric oxide, nitrous oxide. Okay, so B is the right answer. Next question. Which of the following is the most commonly used coagulant? Okay, for the wastewater treatment. So these are the using in the wastewater treatment. So let us we check all the options one by one by one. Ferric sulfate, coal, alum, and limestone. So the aluminium sulfate, that is also known as alum, is the most commonly used chemical for the coagulation in the wastewater. Okay, so the alum is also known as aluminium sulfate, and the other common coagulants are the sodium aluminate, ferric sulfate, and ferric chloride. So we will check the examples. Ferric sulfate, we are not using the ferric sulfate as a coagulant. Coal, we are not using as a coagulant. Limestone, we are not using limestone as a coagulant. So the right answer is the alum or aluminium sulfate. The pH value of sewage is determined with the help of. So generally, for aqueous solutions, the pH value is determined with the help of pH meter. So now we check all the options. Imhoff cone, it is a cone type structure of glass. So this is the wrong answer. Imhoff cone. Turbidity meter used for the turbidity measurement. Next one is the potentiometer. So the potentiometer are based on the voltage differentiation. They are working on the voltage differences. So the potentiometer are used as a for the pH measurement of the sewage wastewater. So she is the right answer. Now the next question is the 3 Mile Island and the Chernobyl incident are the best related to the which of the following. So now we check one by one. The nuclear energy disasters, this is the right answer. Both incidents are related to the nuclear disasters. Hazardous earthquake, no, they are not related to the earthquake. Volcanic eruption, no, they are not related to the volcanic eruption in Indonesia. Disaster caused by the tropical cyclone, no, they are not related to the cyclone. So right answer is that both are nuclear disasters. So the 3 Mile Island disasters uh, occurred in the Pennsylvania in the US, United States on 28th March in 1979. Okay, and the Chernobyl disasters occurred in the Ukraine, earlier in the Russia, USSR, now in Ukraine on 26 April in 1986. So this is a very important question. Many times they also ask about the year of their occurrence. Okay, so these both questions are important, and these both the incident are very important. Now the next question, with reference to the Indian laws about the wildlife protection, consider the following statements. So we keeping in the view the Wildlife Protection Act, we check the options. The first option is wild animals are the sole property of the government. Okay, this is the right option. When a wildlife is declared protected, such animal is entitled for equal protection whether it is found in the protected areas or outside ओके, दिस इज अगेन राइट आंसर, बिकॉज वंस दैट कोई भी एनिमल एक बार प्रोटेक्टेड डिक्लेयर कर दिया जाता है तो वो किसी भी हैबिटेट में हो वो प्रोटेक्टेड ही रहता है, ठीक है, दे आर इक्वली प्रोटेक्टेड इन एनी टाइप ऑफ हैबिटेट। The third one is option is the apprehension of a protected wild animal becoming a danger to the human life is sufficient ground for it capture or killing. No, this is the wrong answer. We cannot kill any wild animal on based of their behavior. Okay. So the right option is A, 1 and 2 regarding the wildlife protection. Which of the following has been constituted under the Environment Protection Act 1986? So friends, the right answer is the Central Groundwater Authority is formed under the Environment Protection Act 1986. So the presence of algae in water indicate the water is acidic. So keep in mind when the algae are present in water, it means water is acidic. Now the next question, the Miyawaki method is well known for the, so the Miyawaki method, this is a method discovered by the Japanese botanist Akira Miyawaki for the development of the dense forest with the native plant in the urban areas, in the small areas, okay. So mini forest, development of the mini forest areas, mini forest, dense forest areas. So now we check options. Promotion of commercial farming in arid and semi-arid areas. Wrong answer. Development of gardens using genetically modified flora. Wrong answer. Creation of mini forest in urban area. Right answer. Harvesting wind energy on coastal areas or on sea surface is the wrong answer. So the right answer is the creation of the mini forest in urban areas. So what is blue carbon? Okay, so the right answer is the blue carbon is the carbon captured by the ocean and coastal ecosystem. So option A is the right answer. Now next question is the biological oxygen demand. BOD is standard criteria for. Okay, now we check the options. Generally, the BOD is used to measure the quality of wastewater. We measure the amount of oxygens, amount of organic matter present in the wastewater. So the first option is the measuring the oxygen level in blood. No, this is the wrong answer. Computing oxygen level in the forest ecosystem. No, we are not using the BOD for forest ecosystem. Pollution assay in the aquatic ecosystem, right? We measure the aquatic condition of aquatic uh, body pollution level by with the help of BOD. The last one is the assessing the oxygen level in high altitude regions. Again, this is the wrong answer. So the right answer is the pollution assay in the aquatic ecosystem. The next question is the dissolved oxygen concentration with the increase in temperature of the water. जब भी किसी गैस या किसी सॉल्यूशन का हम टेम्परेचर बढ़ाते हैं तो उसमें जो भी गैसेज होती हैं उनको वो निकल जाती हैं, मीन्स टेम्परेचर के साथ गैसेज की कंसंट्रेशन किसी सॉल्यूशन में कम होती जाती है, ठीक है। सो द राइट आंसर इज द ए, डिक्रीज। जब टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा तो डिजोल्व ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेशन है वो कम हो जाएगी इन द वाटर बॉडीज। Now the next question is that in the context of solving pollution problem, what is and are the advantage and advantages of the bioremediation technique? So bioremediation technique के क्या advantages हैं pollution के context में? So हम option को check करते हैं। First option, it is a technique for clearing the pollution by enhancing the same biodegradation process that occur in the nature, right? They are using the natural biodegradation process in the bioremediation. The second option is any contaminant with heavy metal such as cadmium and lead can readily and completely treated by the bioremediation using microorganisms. So no heavy metal or pollutant cannot be completely removed by the with the help of the bioremediation. So again, this statement is wrong. Third one is the genetic engineering can be used to create the microorganism specifically designed for the bioremediation. Again, this is the right option. So now we see the which one is the right option, 1 and 3. So option C is the right answer, 1 and C only. So the next question is the Gadgil committee report and the Kasturi Ranjan committee report. These are two important reports. The Gadgil committee report and Kasturi Ranjan committee report both are related to the protection of Western Ghat. So keep in mind this is very important question. These both committees or reports are related to the Western Ghats. Now the next question is the photochemical smoke is a resultant of the reaction among. So the photochemical smoke mainly occur due to the reaction of the hydrocarbons, okay, oxides of the nitrogen means NOx in the presence of UV rays and sunlight. Okay, so the photochemical smoke occur when the hydrocarbons, oxides of nitrogen, ozone, UV rays and sunlight are present. So now we check options. NO2, oxygen and peroxyacetyl nitrate in the presence of sunlight. This is the right. Carbon monoxide. So wrong answer. There is no role of carbon monoxide. In third option there is carbon and carbon dioxide both are. So this is again wrong answer. In third option there is carbon monoxide again. This is also wrong answer. So the first one is the right answer. So next one is the which one is the correct formula. So friends, you keep in mind the third one, the ultimate BOD is equal to 4.57 into total Geldal nitrogen. So this is the right answer. Okay. So you remember this formula. Now next one is the oxygen shake curve is related to. So the oxygen shake curve is related to the amount of dissolved oxygen present in the wastewater or water bodies. Okay. So once the wastewater is discharged into the water body or in a flowing water body, the amount of oxygen in diagram you can see that when we discharge any wastewater in the water body, the dissolved oxygen initially decrease, then after it become lowest, then again it start to increasing. Okay, so the when they are going to decrease, this condition known as deoxygenation, or after a set this critical point they start going to again increasing the amount of again increasing in the water. So this is process known as re-aeration or reoxygenation. Okay, so there are again the water become saturated at particular level. So there are three process: deoxygenation, re-aeration or reoxygenation and saturation. All the process take place in the oxygen shake curve. Okay, and this curve is plotted in between the dissolved oxygen concentration and time of flow in the stream. Now the next question is what is the concentration of nitrogen and phosphorus that is responsible for the algal bloom in the water bodies or lake? So third one is the right answer. So you remember these concentration when the concentration of phosphorus is more than 0.015 milligram per liter and the concentration of nitrogen is greater than 3 milligram per liter. In this situation, the algal formation of algal blooms take place in the water bodies. Now the next question is one barrel is equal to, so the barrel is the unit of volume. So the one barrel is equal to, the right answer is 158 liter. Okay. And the 1 gallon is equal to 3.78 liter. So both the barrel and gallon both are the unit of volume. So remember these both the units. फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग द वीडियो। अगले वीडियो में मिलते हैं, तब तक के लिए नमस्कार।